I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity to speak with you all this afternoon. I'm running as a Democrat for state representative in District 36 because we need to do more to support the hardworking people of Pennsylvania. It's clear that the people who make our state work, healthcare workers and nurses, bus drivers and postal workers, construction workers, cooks, and cashiers, have always been essential. That all of us are essential. I became a union organizer and founded an autism nonprofit because I wanted to stand against everyday people being shut out from decision-making by those in power. If elected, I will be the first woman to represent the 36th district, the first out LGBTQ woman, and the first openly autistic person to serve in the state legislature. It is not easy to run for office when I know that some of my potential Republican colleagues think that COVID-19 isn't a big deal because it's just killing people with pre-existing conditions. People like me. It's not easy to want to put myself in that space when I know that some Republican representatives won't even shake the hands of their LGBTQ colleagues. It is not easy to run when I know that many of the people killed by police were people with disabilities like mine, even as I know that my whiteness, for the most part, shelters me. And yet, clearly, it's crucial, especially now, that we have people with disabilities and LGBTQ people at the table to solve the critical problems we're facing as a state. Residents of the 36th District have shared with me their vision for a future where everyone has health care, lives in a clean, beautiful, and sustainable environment, and participates in an economy that works for all of us, not just a select few. People with disabilities and LGBTQ people, including myself, are disproportionately impacted by a lack of health care, by environmental hazards, and by a lack of access to economic opportunity, which is part of the reason I'm driven to solve the urgent problems facing all of us. Pennsylvania deserves legislators who have experience working together with everyone impacted to solve problems. I'm ready to fight for good jobs that can support a family, funding for health care, housing, and education, and critical investments in our aging infrastructure. We must ensure that hardworking people and local businesses get the resources they need during our current crisis and as we rebuild afterwards. As a professional working in the autism field, I helped people work through crises and their aftermath every day. Whether that was helping them navigate our complex healthcare system, making sure they had the resources they needed to escape an abusive spouse, alleviating food insecurity, or any number of crises that people in our communities face every day, which are amplified for all of us under COVID-19. I'm the only candidate in my race to release a COVID-19 response platform, a 9-point plan that would ensure we get the help we need now, and as we rebuild once this crisis is over. As we recover from the current crisis, and we will, we can't just go back to how things were before. Our neighbors, small business owners, and our students deserve better.